Hello guys, Absolute Duelist here coming at you with another One Piece video, and in today's One Piece video we're going to be going over the rest of the cards coming out in the Bonnie structure deck today, because well, we got the rest of the leaks, they're all Supernova cards, and I want to talk about them because they actually support more than just Bonnie, they also support Green Yellow Lore and Red Green Lore as well, two of my favorite archetypes to play because it's lore, right? So let's go ahead, get into it, talk about them, and see how good these cards actually are. So starting off, as we can see here, we have the 10 cost Lore and Beppo, which is truly carrot support, not Bonnie support. But let's go ahead and just go over it briefly because I've already talked about this before. So it's a 10 cost 11k power character with on play, rest up to one of your opponent's characters. It does not restand at the next turn, and also if your opponent has 2 or more rested characters, your leader gains 2k power. We already know this card is great. It's a 2k boost that can go ahead and lock down a character that's not even rested for an entire turn, giving you the ability to go ahead and set up a bit and give your opponent some beatings, which is pretty good. And yeah, the card's decent, we all know it is. I don't think I need to go too overboard with it, and it's really carrot support in a nutshell when you really think about it, because it's a mink card. But let's go ahead and get into the next card, which is the best in my personal opinion, the new SR, which is Kid and Killer. So what does Kid and Killer do? So it is a 2 cost, 2k power, 1k counter with the ability that says, on play, look at the top 5 cards from the top of your deck, reveal up to 1 Supernova type card and add it to your hand. Then place the rest of the cards at the bottom of your deck in any order. So right off the bat, this is a new searcher for any Supernova card. So this can go ahead and put in Red Green Lore to go ahead and search Lore blockers, Cavendish, Luffy's, anything along those lines. This can go ahead and be put into Green Yellow Lore to go ahead and search any Supernova in that deck. Like, this overall is just a great card in general for any Supernova based deck, and I love it because of that. But it's also got an added on ability that says, on your opponent's turn, you may trash this character, set up to one of your Don as active. So this is technically Bonnie support as well, just because obviously it has the ability to restand a Don for trashing it, but I think this card will see better play in Red Green Lore and Green Yellow Lore, just for the fact you're able to search your Supernovas way easier now, which are your best cards, to go ahead and slap them on the board and get some free abilities. So this card, absolutely insane, really do love it, and it's going to give way more searchability to every single Supernova based deck. So really am loving this Kid and Killer. But next we have the X-Drake. We've already seen this card as well, so I'll go over it really quick. It's a 5 cost, 5k power, 2k counter, which says, on play, if your leader has the Supernova type, rest up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 5 or less, then set one of your Don as active at the end of this turn. So it's a good 2k, it's a great card overall. We play it, we bounce it, we rest something. It's pretty good, we like this card. Going on to the next one though, we have Capone Gang Beige, the new blocker for the deck, which is a 2 cost 1k counter. On play, if you have 6 or more rested cards, draw 1 card and trash 1 card from your hand. Now, I personally don't like this card too much. I think I might prefer to play the original 1 cost Beige, just because it's got blocker, it's 1 cost, you don't need to invest too many resources into it. Like, honestly, it's a blocker as well, which is the main part, and it does give you the ability to cycle cards, which is pretty decent, I'm not gonna lie. Cycling is always appreciated, and you could probably use this in Green Yellow Lore to cycle out a card that doesn't have counter to try and get to one that does. But I like the 1 cost blocker Beige more, just because he costs 1, I don't have to rest more for him, and 9 times out of 10 my hand's full of cards anyway if I'm playing a deck that has Supernova cards in it, because we're getting so much draw power or search power anyway, that I don't really like this overall. Don't get me wrong, it's still a good card, and when rotation happens I definitely can see this card being very useful as replacements for the 1 cost blocker, but at the current moment I prefer the 1 cost blocker over this 2 cost blocker, just because, well, it's the same power, it may not have counter, but it costs 1 less, meaning it's easier to play, right? So that's just my thoughts and opinions on it. It's a good card, just not a card that I would personally play. And then finally, we have Basil Hawkins, a card that sadly on this actually has a bit of text cut off. So we will go ahead and go to this picture over here, which does have it better in place. We can just see more cards on it, but it is a 4 cost, 4k, 2k counter that sets up to one of your Don as active at the end of your turn. So essentially, all of these cards, in my opinion, are pretty decent. The Basil Hawkins is best in the Bonnie deck. It's a 2k counter, it restands Don, it's really nice. You got the Lore that is technically Mink support, so I'm like, okay, Bonnie structure deck giving Mink support. You can use it in Supernovas and it is searchable in Supernovas, which is nice, but overall I think it's a better Mink card overall in terms of what you can play it as, because I prefer to go ahead and play lower costing cards in my Supernova decks. And then we've got the Kid and Killer, which is great for all Supernova based decks, great in red-green lore, great in green-yellow lore, great in Bonnie. Absolutely fantastic, loving this card. We got X-Drake, which is just a great 2k counter, and we even got Capone Gang Beige here, which, as I said, isn't my favorite blocker out there, but it's still a pretty decent card because it does have cycling in it. I just prefer the 1-cost blocker more. That's just my personal thoughts. And then you've got this new 2k Basil Hawkins right here that does re-standard Don as well, even though it's a 4k character, which I don't really like, because obviously, as you can see in this picture, you have to go ahead and rest 4 Don to play it. It's still pretty decent and should have probably had blocker put onto it as well, but hey, it didn't, so you got to deal with what you got to deal with, right? But nonetheless, guys, this is all the Bonnie support here. I really do think Bonnie actually got really good support in its structure deck in comparison to a lot of the other structure decks so far, so I'm very happy to see what we've got here. And yeah, why don't you tell me your thoughts and opinions on this support in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Absolute Duelist signing out. Later all.